part 12, man. Back to the farm. We have like 2 more pieces missing of the Krieg set. And we're gonna like keep on killing Valextaria. Then we can actually like respec once we are level 94. So this is going to be another really grindy episode, I guess, part. But hopefully we are going to be lucky. To be honest with you, like before this, how long did we farm? About like 1 hour, maybe like 20 minutes or something like that. That's nothing, honestly. Really hope you're going to be as lucky as me. So give or take 1 more hour for this guy, then I'm happy if we can find those pieces. As I said, like right now we don't necessarily need to find like the best pieces, but it is really important to find them and then just respec, because like they're, you know, build enabling sort of. Come. Just come to me. He has about like 5% chance to drop any of the pieces. Lucid is asking if anyone knows when the new patch is coming out. If I would have to guess, it is going to be Friday, to be honest with you, Lucid. It usually is. Yeah, if you're not necessarily like satisfied with the items, we can always like farm them again with our own build, which is going to be really stronger than what we are right now. I mean, hopefully, we will see. Did I just engage the trap? I think I did. Let's not pull Valextaria for now. It's an interesting pull, so. Should be okay. I don't want to engage them inside because there's some like myrmidons upstairs, and you usually pull the myrmidons as well when you engage them inside here. They're really defensive monsters. Look at that meteor, that was a precise cast. Guys, remember, like, you can always collect the greens as well if you would like some iron bits. Like, don't be as lazy as I am. Obviously, it's gonna, like, cost some time. But it won't be a waste, in my opinion. Another trick that I can show you is that, like, you can actually, like... how to basically, like, save your character in a town. That trick kind of like works for every single town other than Steel Cap districts. Steel Cap, you cannot save your character there. So all you need to do is basically like go to a town and either sell or buy an item. Any item, it doesn't matter. Maybe like an ointment or something. Just potion. Nice. That meteor was an absolute failure, dude. Texts of Menhir. Almost felt like he was carrying it. So that's it, like, let's save ourselves to Coven. Let's see. Coven's Refuge. Stealth Jacket. No. Fats, we haven't... stopped for today. We have about like 5k more remaining. Yes, I was farming about like... for some time now. It was actually pretty boring and stale farming routes, but I've been farming Nemesis reputation with the Order of Death Vigil. Just running like Tomb back to back. It takes a while to get Nemesis with them apparently. Did about like 50% of the entire thing today, and I'll most likely do the rest of it tomorrow. Doesn't sound too bad to me, honestly. It's okay. It's fair. Oh, there you are. There you are, man. Alright, let's see. Lucid was saying, I heard it was on the 11th, but I honestly don't know for sure. The thing is like, we don't necessarily know the contents of the patch either. As I'm making this video, we're expecting like 107. Patch number 107, let's say, for Grimdawn. The only thing that they basically said is like the devotion search bar is the quality of life improvement, which is really good for this game in my opinion. That's something that we suggested that there should be like that. And other than that, I'm expecting like a lot of balance changes, maybe even on some class nerfs and buffs all around, because I do believe that like this is going to be the last one that we're gonna get before Forgotten Gods. So yeah, this would make sense. Stop resisting us, Relaxtarian. He is. No, I can't, Fat. Not right now, at least. Now pull him? I did pull him. It's going to be interesting. I'm kind of curious of his buff, actually. I might check it. The buff that he's starting the game with. Interesting. He definitely loses it after a while, so... He keeps on dropping like these spell blades and stuff. I'm pretty sure he is wearing them, it looks like. I don't know. Doesn't drop from the orb that it's, you know... The orb that he leaves after killing him. It almost drops from the corpse. The build is you can find the build right now if you would like in the YouTube video description basically. This is not on my sheet, not yet, because it's just a leveling, a soldier leveling build right now. Fat. The entire point of this character was not to theorycraft. Just have it like a new player experience, so this will be on the go. But yeah, so far that hasn't been like so much at all. And no questions. It's just a force fake character, honestly. Simple. Our lifesteal is really heavy, in fact. Dreadwalk its home. Double? Triple? Let's see how it goes. It's going to be interesting. Maybe not. God dang it. I actually wanted to like count how many times we're gonna end up killing him today too. And I haven't been paying any attention at all. Seven is saying 7 or 8. What about 6? It might actually be 6 too. Sorry, sorry. It's not really interested in like closing the gap. Really hope we don't end up pulling the Myrmidons. No, we could. Mythical Combat Medics Mark and Eventual Wraith too. It's pretty good. Rest of the Black Legion. Let's learn this thing. For level 94, 8% chance on attack to heal myself. It's a medal. That's interesting. I wonder if I can interrupt that guy as well. I never thought about it actually. I probably could. I might have like a reliable way of like bringing him to my melee range now with my shouts. Remember, like, there's going to be a couple of pieces that is missing after we have completed the Krieg sets. Like, for instance, the shield is pretty important in my opinion. I want to get out of here. That's not looking so good. The shield is quite important. We found some, but I do believe I'm going to be finding a better one when I'm progressing through, like, for some reason my force wave is going nowhere. I don't know why. I think I'm going to find a better one when we are progressing in Ultimate. Like, there are some other pieces too, like we will be missing some belts, maybe pants. We could actually farm Soleil pants, they're not so bad. And they're easily farmable as well. They give lifesteal to our melee character with cadence is like really good. Yeah, definitely. The Unseeing Eye of the Blind Assassin. No goodies so far, you guys. Maybe like 10 runs so far, give or take. You can farm a shield from a vendor. Yeah, that is something else that I was just about to say, actually. And I got distracted by solar pens. Like, we could definitely check out the reputation vendors. Like, they're not so bad. They're pretty good starter items. The expansion ones, once we are revered with them. And we are revered with some, if not all. It's actually amazing how I am still missing the Devil's Crossing reputation. Oops, that one did hurt. On this side. Maybe he's gonna miss his next meteor, hopefully. Hey, I almost thought like it was going to be a drop for us, but not necessarily. It's the Frost Dread one. It's a really good item, but not the Krieg's. Which faction is the one that is giving shield, Sapin? I have an idea for like belts, relic. We will have the shoulders, I suppose, right? What are the items that we have? We have like helm, shoulders, gloves, boots, and chest piece, right? Those are the ones that we have. And then we farmed a weapon. We have a shield in the bank as well. So we're missing like basically... Our medallion is pretty good as well actually for Aether. It's not bad at all. It's a cool medallion. Oh, I have a problem here. I didn't manage to pull them. I'm just gonna pull them all out. There we go. It's a mistake. Pay attention to like his HP. Just getting fooled all the time. I think we're okay now though. We might be okay now. So we need like a belt, we need relic. Pens, I'll farm Soleil, I guess. We could use some like necklace and rings as well, I guess. I really like one of my rings. Like this ring over here, even though it's a level 58 one, I really like that. I'll kill this guy as well, why not? How are we doing with our reputation when it comes to like Nemesis? Because Alexander definitely destroys me right now. We're nowhere near to even face that guy. Alexander is a nemesis of Aether Vanguard, you guys. And we are, you know, in a way farming Aether Vanguard infamy right now, as you can see. Yeah, that's going to be really scary actually. Again, needs to dodge that guy. Yo, what's up, Zika? Specifically for the DK, Steelcat vendor has those shields. You can get about like 20 physical resistance on them with the right prefix and Aether damage too. So it is basically the resistance shield that I have found before. From dropping from like Titans and stuff. So I guess like he's selling random shields of those. The exact same type. That's going to be interesting. Impossible is the prefix, I see. It's pretty cool. Guys, if we end up getting Nemesis before farming the Krieg, like before finding the entire set piece, this is going to be interesting. Really interesting. This guy hates me. We're getting about like 70 reputation or something, or losing every run. No, that's really a lot. Do you know if it's actually like possible to get both items at the same time? Probably not, right? Where is he going? Dude, it would be hilarious to find both of them at the same time. I would actually be okay to like not find them for like 50 runs and then have them both drop at the same time, just because like how cool it would be. I want to kill this guy before we pull the mage. I already pulled the mage apparently somehow. That's not fun. Mythical counter it. $200 elemental sword, I think, guys. So you can have a shield from an vendor, apparently. Sapin is saying you can have about like 120% Aether damage, 1k health almost, 4% defensive ability, about like 20% physical resistance with like elemental resistances and skill cooldown reduction. And it will also give spectral binding and overguard. Minus 2 second skill recharge. Overguard minus 2 seconds is extremely valuable, isn't it? I think so. What's the cooldown of overguard normally? I am pretty noob when it comes to like shields in this game, so it's about like 20 second recharge, 10 second duration. This one actually like reduces the cooldown though. It's like a no-brainer pickup, I guess, the transmute of overguard. So is there any reason that you shouldn't? Damage modified minus 18%. Yeah, it reduces my damage, I guess. I see you. I see you. You don't like shields? Hey, example leather is really good drop. What the fuck? I'll get it. That is such a good drop, you guys. That's one of the better components that you can put on top of your gear. Nice. My god. Alright, that is really good. That is really good. I'm really happy about that one. Bye-bye was asking in the chat if I don't like shields. For the most part, no. But I think I'm gonna like it a lot more with the addition of Oathkeeper, yeah. And right now, I would say there's a couple of things that is like, you know, it's a bit interesting or like appealing from a shield right now to me. And those are only because some of the legendary shields are so cool. Not because like any build or... Not because like any build or any skills, let's say specific skills. Like when I look at Overguard, I'm like, okay, it's really defensive. But I know I can be defensive without that as well. But when you're making a Aether DK, like the one that I'm doing, I actually do believe that like shield is the better way to go, for sure. So, like I had this discussion when it comes to like the Krieg set specifically, the one that we're building up right now. You can definitely go like DK, or you could go like Battle Mage, like the one that I have in my hardcore account, my main even, almost. Really strong character. Yo, what up, Blip? How you doing, dude? Welcome. So I think this is my favorite compared to like DK, but that guy could be played like dual wielding as I'm playing it, but this guy, no. It's not like, I wouldn't dual wield this guy at all. Definitely not. Simply because there's so many valuable abilities that you are going to be taking, including this thing over here. Men here. Otherwise our exclusive auras are not necessarily so great. How come I failed to engage this guy this time? Come. We need a set for the Warder Force Wave. I never thought about that. We should be able to make one though. Spear of Many Blades. Lake Plains of Valor is really good drops as well. Definitely, and it gives us Scars of Battle and Warcry. So depending on like the resistances that we are missing, this is a really good roll too. 6% physical resistance, extremely good roll. It could have had like higher HP, it could have had like higher defensive release percentage. Otherwise, which one is more valuable to me? Probably the physical resistance. Probably. We are going to be really tanky, I believe. It's going to be interesting, especially if we can get or like fix a little bit of like life steal to our character. I'm getting hyped about this, you guys. Like, I really would like this guy to drop my items so I can theorycraft a little bit for the end of the video. But it's not up to me. We need the RNG to be on our side, I think. It just like came. What the hell? You're behaving like that every time. How about a great piece, Alexaria? Alright, maybe not. I'm missing something. Okay, I see you. Thank you for the follows, by the way, guys. What the hell? I didn't even know I was charging outside. Fist of the Blind Assassin. Apparently, like, we're completing a set here. Not the set that we're searching for, though. So the Fist and the Eye, this thing, right? No. Where's the Eye? Did I, like, delete it or something? I actually might have. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we were probably, like, sitting on another one. Oh god. Excuse me. I don't think so. Bat was asking if the drop rate for the item increases in ultimate difficulty. I don't think so. Not for this item. Globally, yes. But I think this set is special. The set is pretty unique in this game, I believe. But I might be wrong. I might definitely be wrong. So I'm not saying no. I'm saying I don't think so. Thank you. What do you think of the power level of these mythical blue items? Like, isn't level 94? Are you asking, like, do they deserve to be level 94? Is that what you're asking? This is gonna hurt. Never mind. Apparently there's like a wood or something right next to me. A back scratcher. Nice. Never seem good enough to use. You'll just move it to purple, there hold weird place. No, I actually like the blue items in this game. I can show you a couple. They're actually like really interesting couple of blue items. Like, I would definitely suggest you to, like, from the back of my mind, check out like Arcana Wave or Weave. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that actually. Might actually be either one of those. I think it's a Weave. That's it though, that's a belt. Check that out, the mythical version. There are a couple of rings. There are multiple rings, actually. Like, for instance, on my Battle Mage, we are using an interesting blue ring. We are using a ring and we are using belt. So I think, like, where the blues are usually good. How it works out is that, like, they're... I think they're really... situational, let's say. Extremely situational, blue items, that is. And I like that about this game. They are also a stepping stone to legendaries in some cases, like especially on set pieces, let's say. So if you're going for, like, let's say in this case, we are going for like a helm set piece, right? For the Krieg, or like the chest piece right over here. I could definitely find a blue item that I could use instead of that for a while, for sure. So it's a nice stepping stone too, but there are some like really situational blues too in this game, for sure. And they're strong too. And then even in the worst case scenario, you have the option to find or farm greens that is going to be fixing your, you know, either resistances or making like a really unique modifier. The spell that you're using or the ability that you're using. For instance, I'm thinking about like farming solar pens. Unless the pens that we have just found are going to be like ridiculously good for us, we'll see. Like in the case of missing pierce and bleed resistance, I think the Valor pens that we just found, the blue ones, are really good for me. But if those resistances are not necessarily good for me, then I'm just gonna like farm a green pens. That is really unique and ends up giving lifesteal from pens actually. Lifesteal from pens is really valuable for me. Shorty's there selling Stowy. Or sorry if I'm butchering your name, dude. Welcome to the stream. What gives attack damage multipliers? I don't necessarily know what you're asking. 35% chance of dropping Krieg from this guy, no. Shesh is okay, alright. Shesh sounds fine. No, it is 5%, not 35, but you're probably checking something wrong. Cannot open links right now, dude. I'm gonna avoid, so. Lucid was saying, I just found my first Nemesis boss and basically got stumped by him. What gives attack damage multipliers? Well, it depends on your damage type. Like, as I said, I'm not necessarily sure what you're asking, Shesh, but like if you're physical damage, let's say, then you're gonna need physical damage multipliers, of course. And you can get it from almost anywhere, like devotions, components, obviously items. In some cases, maybe sometimes even augments that is coming from reputation. What? Now I understand what you're asking. Thank you. Okay, we will talk about that. When am I gonna get my job, guys? Sick of your shit, Sentinel. In my ectoplasm. Getting mad. Alright, Shesh is asking, when you attack the damage indicators, they have like the enemies showing damage, then a number, like 1.65 times. Yeah, the multiplier, okay. That is basically like the crit damage multiplier basically in this game. It depends on your crit damage. On top of that, it depends on the difference between your offensive ability and their defensive ability. Every single monster has a different defensive ability, depending on also the debuffs or the buffs that you put or they have. And that is basically like a scale, you know, your offense versus their defense. There's a cap, by the way, that you can reach to the multiplier, so that like offensive ability doesn't necessarily go infinite of value. So that being said, for instance, like your offensive ability is not going to be as valuable versus a target like Ravager, because he will be so much more heavier with defensive ability, so you will see less numbers. That is one way. The other way is the crit damage that you can increase. You can globally have crit damage over here. This thing, we have 29% right now. You can also have specific crit damage. Scander's Balance is a really good drop as well. We are getting like so many different really good drops, but not my pieces. You can also have like specific transmutations or like modifiers to spells that are capable of giving you crit damage as well to that certain spell. Yeah. Let's learn this thing, by the way. It's a relic for Arcanist with Fire Cold. Really nice relic craft. Furlog, no. In fact, if you check my title, In my opinion, it is one of the best that I have ever played. But I'm in the middle of a VOD, so I cannot necessarily talk out so much. I would rather not, at least. But check my title, brother. Come on, dude. No need to say sorry. It was a good question, in my opinion. Shesh. Mandarin hype man. Oh my god, my loot. There's a monster like underneath the ground over there, but I think it teleports it up somehow. I don't know how he TP'd, but he's not there anymore. I swear, you can rewind and check it. It was there. I don't know what's up. How about some crate pieces for Lexaria? He doesn't like me because I'm pronouncing his name wrong. One day, guys. One day. They're not dropping my items, like, you know.
What question?
Some set pieces. Yeah. This Aether Flame, should I kill it? There's like 2 heroes on me. Let's just kill this bag. Massive. I'm kind of wondering now how many Tainted Brain Matters we have. Oh, no drops. The Behemoths are actually like tankier than the Elites there. Does this just ever have anything in it? Probably not. The grind is real? It's a big stepping stone. We need to farm these items. And in the meantime, I'm actually getting other stuff as well. Yeah, not bad. There's a chance that we might actually find an upgrade too. Definitely. I mean, like, technically, he can drop him on like a mythical mind warp. Then it would be ridiculous. You know, I'm okay to like farm him 100 times. If it drops. But, yeah, it's not gonna happen most likely. It's really rare. Tainted Brain Mess again. Dude, I'm really curious like how many we have. We have 9 of them. Well, now we have 10 obviously. Mythical Cowl of Mogdragon. That sounds like a summoner item to me, doesn't it? Yeah. Apparently this guy has like decent chance to drop recipes. Definitely. But yeah, we're definitely getting like a lot more blues, like epics, compared to legendaries for sure. How many legendaries did we get like so far ever since we logged in? Maybe like 1? Did it even drop from him? I'm actually not sure anymore. Yeah, me too. It was insane, actually. Hello? Okay. Anyone has a number? How many attempts so far? Maybe later, Saki. Safe and insane, I stopped counting. Alright, we know who to blame now. What's going on? Your flesh is weak. Guys, I'm Nemesis with them. I just realized I'm legitimately Nemesis with them. We could have easily died. Well, at the very least, I just paid attention to it. So, while we are doing this, there is a spawn point right over here. If you would like to, you can dodge him. By basically just resetting the game when he's there. That is so messed up though. It's going to be funny. Do you see this thing? Mr. Archmage Alexander? Earlier today, like somebody else was asking me what's the hardest Nemesis for me. I think it's this guy for the most part. I know like how to play around the others. This guy I'm still not comfortable, especially like since he's spawning here. It's really hard for me. Simply because like there's too much shit around, you know. If it's like 1 versus 1, it's a little bit easier to like, you know, run around and dodge the meteor. That's a little bit easier that way, yeah. But pulling in with like 20 FPS, not fun. Okay. No, I pulled the Myrmidons, I think. Cyclonic Invoker. Funny how in an older game you have always, almost always died in that town scare, yes. I lost 2 characters and I have like so many close calls in that place, actually. A couple of like exits from the game or pauses, definitely. Or like barely survivals. I don't know, that town scare place is just messed up for me, I think. Yeah, if it's possible, I wouldn't like to fight him there. Somewhere else, hopefully. We could actually like try fighting him. But I would like to finish my build first, if possible. Seems like stop. Like, the good news is that Alexander has so many different spawn points. Like, him being here is going to be quite a low chance. I don't think we're gonna like end up resetting the game so many times because of it. If I have Amazon Prime, do I get free Twitch Prime? Asks Sapin. Yes, you do. You just need to link them, and then you will have a 1 month free sub and some like free games and stuff like that. That's how it works, anyways, isn't it? By the way, we have shoulders now. So, 3% attack speed and 361% health. Kinda want to check out the rolls on this thing. Like, especially the HP and the attack speed, I suppose. Let's see. So we have a low on both rolls. It's rather like average resistances as well. So it's not necessarily like the best job. Definitely. Quite low on every angle. But we are still going to be farming this guy anyways. Like it's not full yet. I think the last part that we're missing is like gloves or something. I'm not really sure. Ten out of 10 charge there. He has the same chance of like dropping the gloves and 3.5% actually. It's not 5. 3.5 apparently. And it has 14% chance to give me a tainted brain matter apparently. Yeah, grip is going to be the next one. The grip is quite important too. We definitely would like to have like the 12% attack speed over and the 4% physical resistance. When I look at the shoulders, for instance, I don't necessarily care so much about the stats all that much. When I look at the gloves, I definitely care about like the higher attack speed and higher physical resistance for sure. The flat Aether is sort of important as well, I would say. The gloves are really important apparently. Alright. Hopefully we're gonna get lucky with the drop there. Chthonian red sash. Interesting. Mythical eye. Yeah, I don't really know about the Chthonian thread sash. It's like some chaos damage and chaos resistance belt, if I'm not mistaken. And a life stealer Noah as well. Gives like wrong stats. But we'll keep it in the bank, I think. Is he gonna come? He's not casting the same thing. Guys, if you're Nemesis like me, and if you don't want to die, or if you're like in hardcore difficulty, definitely check out if Alexander is there every single time on your map. Like, this guy, in most cases, he will one-shot you. I mean, if you're caught off guard, obviously. Sorry, sorry. Sorry. Nobody picks up faster than me. Nobody. That is actually dangerous. I didn't check my map either, apparently. Because he is there. You see this thing? Hey, another shoulder guards. Let's compare these because, like, I didn't like the last ones, did I? I mean, the new ones are just a tiny bit better, simply because of the HP increase, about like 120 HP increase. Where is this guy, by the way? He was extremely close. Look at this. Like we passed from here, exactly there, and he was like right next to me. All right, I need to be paying attention. Lucid was saying, what the hell? The beast Nemesis splits up into 3 smaller versions of himself. This is some bullshit. I died like 20 times to him already. Kube is fun, man. Kube is cute. But, like, he's a furball. I had to use a cluster last fight, by the way, guys. I was getting a little bit hectic. I think that's the second cluster that we're using with this character overall. Once upon a time, there was the Krieg's Grips. They were dropping from someone called Valextaria. I refuse to fix it. And then they were not dropping anymore. Is it a Myrmidon? Manuel is saying, once upon a time there was a mod called Manuel. Ah, I wonder what happened to him. I wonder what happened to him. Hopefully we're gonna be finding the grips where Alexander finds us. Really don't want to space out and get one shot by Alexander in this. Hey man, I'm a huge fan. How about some gloves? No? Manuel asking, will you restart your character if you die? No, not necessarily. That's not the point of this character anyway, so that would be okay. But I honestly don't think we're gonna die. I can actually get the character to... I don't necessarily know if I'm gonna try and get the character to a point where it can reliably kill Alexander or like, you know, any other target. That wasn't necessarily the point of this video either. So I think I want to leave the character where it is like really good optimized and it's a strong character, especially for like a first start, you know? That's where I want to leave it. Like I'll most likely targets pick for sure. Because if you think about like Alexander, then afterwards what is there? Like Mad Queen, can you kill Mad Queen then? If you can kill the Mad Queen, then what is there? Like Mogdrugan? Can you kill Mogdrugan then, you know? Like never finishes sort of. I don't think that was the point of this character anyway, so it's okay. Get reflected! Woo! What? It's actually pretty valuable, this thing. 2 legendaries and not even one that I need. I wonder, like, what are the chances of getting 2 legendaries from this guy in elites? I don't think that's going to be a high chance. I do not think so. Come outside, dude. We gotta talk. Sick of your shit. Tainted Blade. What is that even? Of Neraval. A trench coat. It's a Tainted Blade of Neraval. Pox. One-handed dagger. For level 82. Extremely low values. Okay, we're good. Imagine if this was... Hey, 93. Imagine if this was like the Warden that wasn't dropping the item, you know what I mean? It definitely could have been. So in that scenario, you end up wasting so much more time, obviously, while trying to farm it. There it is, the grips. I am really curious about like the timing. So we're gonna check the timing now. And this is massive. Obviously we're gonna check like what sort of a roll we have gotten also. We've gotten 12% max attack speed, low HP, average physical resistance. I would take it. Maximum attack speed is really big actually. Yeah. So basically average physical, we have gotten the 3 roll. Lowish HP, I suppose. High defensibility. Let's check the flat Aether. Above average flat Aether, that's cool. And maximum attack speed. I definitely accept this. This is fine. This is okay. So today we have farmed exactly 1 hour 12 minutes. And no, this is not it actually. It's not on YouTube yet, but I can check it over here. From the videos, recent highlights. Is that the one? 11, yeah. 1 hour 12 minutes yesterday also. So 2 hours 24 minutes for the entire Krieg set. I would say that is quite good actually. That is insane in my opinion, isn't it? It's really good. Quite fast. Trying to figure out like what else I could give here. Oh, okay. Maybe we can go for Scars of Battle for now. Oops. So we clear the bags. And then afterwards we get to level 94, then the fun part begins because we're gonna actually like check out this is an interesting item. What the heck? Huh, we're gonna need to like compare this one-hander with the green one-hander that we have in the bank. Okay. Moments of Clarity. For 8-second duration, you gain crit damage, Aether damage, all damage, and energy regen. That's an interesting thing. The Moments of Clarity is really big. So I don't necessarily want to like clean my bags fully because like we might actually end up like using something from here, not gonna lie. But there are some items that we definitely won't need. So we can get rid of those for now. That's okay. Alright, what we're gonna do here is we go to Ultimate. Let's get that last level. Now the fun part begins, because after this part, we're gonna sit down, load the character up to Grim Tools, and basically we optimize it. We try to like the best thing that we can do about it. How are my resistances? They're definitely playable. Pop in XP parts. What am I doing? Recover the Lost Cannons? It feels like we have done Pine Barrens at the very... As we're doing like the left side of Homestead, that's pretty easy content. Let's go for it. Aether damage one-hander over here as well. That gives terror and everything in a Necromancer. This isn't so bad either, I suppose. It's okay-ish. There's a couple of like Aether damage weapons actually in my bags. It's really funny that I ended up finding stuff like this. One more thing I feel like we forgot about is doing the secret path in Elite. I do feel like we forgot that. We can do that after the character is ready though. It's okay. So that's gonna give us like one more attribute And one more skill point, obviously. I need like one more egg. Let's get it somewhere from here. There you are. Axe 1 ultimate finish. Check your timing. I wonder if you're and check your timing and tell me your level also. Did you manage to like make it faster than 6 hours to level 80? Kinda curious. 6.5 hours to level 75? Maybe I did try hard then in those VODs. Because I honestly don't remember. I see. Guys, this gets out like Blood of Chthons. Those are really simple and easy to get from the cave down over here. Felt like that actually gave me something. Sure. Can TP out from this. Inspiration, that's what it was. Inspiration is rank 19 now. I think that is almost maxed out. And Inspiration is a good proc for me. I actually don't necessarily know what sort of constellations, like devotions, that we're gonna go for either. Like the Theorycrafting parts, I do believe like I should probably make it just like an entire own part, probably. Should be fun. Like a standalone part for just like making the build. And the devotions, of course. I'm gonna go there. I don't want to be here. Okay, there we are. Manuel, are you still wearing the Lokar set? No, that's the difference then. My build was like, really silly actually. I made it so that like, I went for armor from devotions, flat armor. I've taken like the wire and the obelisk. So that like I continue wearing Lokar all the time. It starts as getting slower about like ultimate difficulty, but like I had to stop using it around like level 80. But Act 1 is really simple usually, so. Yeah, that's usually what I do, yes. The killing is a big part of the XP chunk as well. And the one-shot chest is not here, you guys. Huh? Something was like body blocking me, not really sure what the hell. I guess the one just is going to be right next to the princess. Let's kill this guy over here. Maybe we get a good ring out of him. Who knows? Mr. Gullish. Well, Ancient Heart is good enough, I suppose. Was not expecting that one. Mutagenics! There's another ghost. This double hero spawn, right? It's nice. I got interrupted. What's our poison resistance, you guys? It feels like the character doesn't care at all, even though it is like barely capped. It's hilarious. I actually don't think I killed any of the viziers up here, so we're gonna need to find both of them. That is the fire one. We need the poison one as well. Another Ancient Heart. Mogdragon Sigil. Yeah, it's a summoner item probably. In fact, keep both of them, that's fine. She actually managed to Alright, we can I guess we can charge out of it. If we were like playing something squishy, this would have been really scary actually. It's funny. Spell Sage Boots. Almost 94 too. I'll open the medium chest there. I am really glad that we ended up finding the Utonbok leather recipe. This is going to be something that we will craft for sure. A couple of them. Maybe like 2 or 3 of them. We can definitely farm a couple of like flowers for it. And hopefully I have the other materials as well. We're done with getting to level. But there's like one last quest remaining up over here, so we should probably do that as well. Be stupid not to complete this right now. It actually looked like there's a passage there, that's really not bad. Let's kill this guy. While progressing through Malmouth, dodging Alexander is going to be really interesting. I really need to pay attention to my map at all times when we are in Act 6. Seems like the others are going to be fine for now though. Hey, where's my ancient hides? I mean, I did give that point, but I probably shouldn't have. I wonder if this is gonna make me revered. Now is the interesting part. yeah, this map was interesting too. True. Oh no, the spirit requirement. We definitely go for the higher HP one, right? Can check this out as well. Why not? So, this is a good shield to start with. Like the Psych, Stonehide. I think we could start with this. It's a level 82 item, but I think it's a good start. That one actually like gave me just a tiny bit of spirit as well, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. Still not enough, apparently. How about we compare the belts that we have? What is my burst resistance? Poison? Poison and chaos? The flesh carver. Physical. The dread and the force fave. 1000 armor. Almost twice the armor on this one. With physical resistance as well. Yeah, I guess we're gonna need to use that one as well. Definitely. We probably shouldn't be using this ring right over here. That ring is really bad. I do not mind using the Peerless Eye of Baronath if we are going to be tanky enough. I don't mind that, for now at least. That's an okay-ish item for the most part. We definitely do need a relic as well. Our relic is pretty bad. Lucid is saying, finally killed my first Nemesis boss. Congrats, Lucid. That's crazy. Good job, dude. Retribution. Like, I'm thinking this thing is better than what we have, but there was also another belt that was quite defensive, like this one right over here, that's giving you, like, bleed maximum. Elemental and the bleed resistances as well, which we do seem like missing. We could use the elemental resistances from this. No HP. Just judging from resistances, I think I like the elemental resistances better in this case, but it's a hard one. Lacerator Geardel is like really more offensive, I suppose. The Flesh Carver, does that do anything for us? I don't think so. I think I'm gonna end up using this one, just because like it looks a little bit more valuable. We're gonna check out the blacksmith though, I think overall. Like, we check out the blacksmith and see like if there's anything that we can craft for like belts, relic, maybe even pants. I don't think so. Maybe even like a ring, necklace. We check all those out for now. Chaos resistance on this. Cast speed, fire resistance, not really. Trading. Being able to have like this good resistances without augmentations, I suppose, is pretty okay. It's pretty okay. I actually have enough spirits for this ring right over here now. It gives me pierce resistance, unfortunately. That kinda is bad. Well, this is not necessarily the best thing that we can do anyways right now, apparently. Yeah, this is not necessarily the best thing. It's okay. This was like more like a physical weapon than, I mean, ring than Aether. We are going full Aether right now, so... There's the Aegis with the white hit resistance. Menhir's Bastion, that requires Citadel. Don't really have that one either. Crafting a tier 3 relic should probably be pretty hard for me at this point. We have the Ouroboros also, that is giving up Aether damage, obviously, but that will require Impurity. On top of that, Immortality. They will obviously like spread and require like more stuff overall. It will be really hard for me to craft a relic at this point, I think. We're gonna need to like make the character okay-ish with the Sacred Talisman for the most part, and I think we will need to like start farming afterwards. I would say so. We might actually need just a tiny bit more spirit if we are going to be changing our weapon to this. But like comparing these two weapons, 7 to 90, 40 to 100, 180 attack, 180 attack. They're both scepters, so the same attack speed. Left one has attack speed, right one doesn't have it. Cunning and spirit percentages are really interesting. So if I can hold this, if I can bait this somehow, I might actually be able to hold it in my hands afterwards. Siphon Soul +2. Okay, I'm going to be stopping the part 12 here, and on 13, YouTube, we are going to be having pretty much like what is going on right now. But we're gonna go to like Grim Tools, we're gonna like check out our build, check out our like Devotion build, fix everything, and it will most likely take an hour or two. But at the end, I think we're gonna have a strong character, and I think we're gonna finally have our build that is going to be forming out of these items that we farmed. It will, as I said, it will not necessarily have the maximum capacity, but it will be good to start farming. It will be a good character to start farming, for sure. It might even be able to like take a few hits from really strong enemies. It will most likely be really tanky. Thank you for watching, YouTube. I'll catch you on the 12th. I mean 13, I think.